Hello, my name is Mitzi Katz, and I'd like to welcome you to Microsoft Project. Project, as you can imagine, is used for project management, and Project is one of my favorite software packages to use and to teach. I love Project because it is kind of a combination package, and it combines pieces of Excel, basically, and Access, and it includes a calendar that does date calculations that run in the background of all of that other functionality. So it's kind of a challenge to use it. It isn't really that it's that difficult of a program to use, it's just rather complex. I sometimes think I should start out a session in a classroom with the joke about how do you eat an elephant, which would be one bite at a time. And that's kind of how I recommend that you approach the software package, just one step at a time. So with Microsoft Project, one of the biggest challenges is to set it up accurately so that you're getting accurate information out of all of the information that you enter into it. As you open Project, launch it as a startup software package, you arrive at a view called the Gantt chart view, and the Gantt chart view is made up of two components. On the right side of the screen, you see what is called the Gantt chart, and on the left side of the screen is an entry table. The entry table looks and feels somewhat like Excel. So this is usually where the first gotcha happens, that someone who is an Excel wizard, possibly, jumps in and they start entering tasks, which is a good thing. And then they enter the durations, the approximate durations of each task. That also is still a good thing. But then they usually follow up with the third step, and that is they put in a start date to the project. Or possibly they go even a step further and they enter a start and end date for each of the tasks. Well, Project then applies what's called a constraint to each task, which then disallows for the project to flow. So as you're setting up a new project, you need to begin by entering the start and end date of the project in Project Information menu. And if you do that, then it can calculate and you can arrive at the flow that you need with the tasks that you enter. Now, the second thing that happens is that people frequently don't set up a calendar. They see somewhere that there is a standard calendar that's running in the background, and they assume that that's going to take care of the dates for their tasks. And it does apply a certain set of calculations. However, unless you customize a calendar with the non-working times for your project, then, and apply that calendar, then the standard calendar is not going to help you out with that. So right away, if you've overcome the first hurdle of start and end dates, then you still have to deal with calendar settings. So the second step in setup then would be to create a calendar rather than using the standard calendar that's the built-in calendar that comes with the program. You need to make a copy of it and customize the copy. And with that copy then you enter the non-working days, such as holidays, that your company would be experiencing. And then you need to apply that calendar. So again, another assumption is usually made here that once you have a custom calendar, that it's already been applied to your project, but it has not. So they still need us for something. So where you go to apply that calendar would be back to Project Information. There is a calendar box there, and you can choose your custom calendar. Having set that custom calendar in that location is the most important area to apply the calendar, because then the project is indeed calculating off of that calendar. But if you're to return out to the Gantt chart again and look for those non-working days, you're not going to see them on the Gantt chart. So you have to apply it on the Gantt chart as well. That involves right-clicking on the open area of the Gantt chart, selecting non-working time, and setting your calendar to that non-working time. And then you might think that's the final step of calendars, but it still is not. The third place would be in recurring tasks. So insert recurring tasks has another area for applying a calendar. You need to set your custom calendar there. And then in the resource sheet view, there is still a column. It is the farthest right column, or close to the farthest right column. And you need to watch that area as well for applying your specific custom calendar. Those are a few of the gotchas, what I call the gotchas, involved in using Project. It has many idiosyncrasies, and it would probably be well worth your time to attend some training, or, heaven forbid, read the book that may point out some of these factors. And so that is kind of the beauty side and the beast side of Microsoft Project.